Alright, Aquatic Dreamland. I recommend pressing the button to the right last. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. This level suffers immensely from Mike Lask and his bizarre wall patterns. This is probably one of my least favorite levels I designed in Walls of CCLP3. I think this uses Go Back to Start, and it's basically like the Waterflies level from earlier, but there's actual like puzzle elements to it, which can be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it leans a little bit more on the oh, I was supposed to push that earlier. I completely didn't do that. Whoops. Yeah, this is a Walls of CCLP3 level. Go Back to Start is the template. I hated using Mike Lask's templates. He didn't have a whole lot in CCLP3, but he had just enough to make it difficult.
Bummer.
Oh, okay, well, there was an actual death there. Cool beans. Does anyone say cool beans anymore? Oh, don't forget to do this. So I guess it wants me to push that one last, because if I pushed it now, this block would be in the way of everything. CCLP3 was a very weird set to build a Walls of set out of. Like, I think of all the levels I made in there, I think about half of them are good. Like 70 or 75 of them I think are pretty good. I think another 30 or so are, you know, they get a pass. And then the rest of them is just, I had to use the template for something. Kind of like that All the Water level. And I think that's why Walls of levels kind of get a lot more hate than these days. I think it's just because a lot of designers, myself included, feel compelled to strictly stick with the wall pattern, like just be completely unwilling to make a tweak to it. And the only argument I have for that is it's just to stay authentic to the wall pattern. Okay, so now I got the chips. Now I have several different tasks to do. I have all the chips to collect. I have blocks to guide to trap buttons. And most importantly, I have gliders to dodge.
Bummer.
Which I failed to do. That's... You go through all that work just to die like that. I think that's why I hate this level. Because you have to go through all this effort to partial post to even reach the flippers. And then when you do get them, it's not a, hey, you win the level. I'll count that death here in a minute. Yeah, I think if you make too many tweaks in a wall pattern, you're better off just making an original template for the level. I think I've told someone that before. I think that's a large part of the problem I have with a couple of other walls of sets, like there's a Walls of CCLP2 set in CC2. I know who designed it, but I can't remember the name. But a lot of their levels are honestly more so mods of CCLP2 levels than they are original wall patterns. I think that's why no one has made a Walls of CCLP2 set. There's been many attempts at it, but no one has stuck with it because CCLP2 has some pretty crummy wall patterns. CCLP3 was at least doable. But I think of all the walls of sets, of official sets that exist so far, this CCLP3, CCLP1, 4, and CC1 that me and JB worked on together, I think Walls of CCLP3 is the weakest one. That's not me talking myself down at all. That's just being realistic. There's a lot of good quality levels in those other three sets. And this one, it's got some good levels, but it's got more bad ones than anything else. Okay, I went out of my way to do the far two ones first. Turbo Worm. Hey, what's up? Just to provide context for the eventual video this is going to be in on its own. Tyler made a new CC2 level called Turbo Worm, and it's hilarious but legitimately fun. Actually, I have to play the new version of it, but the one I did play was freaking awesome. Okay. Present Push and Cold Lazarus are the walls of CCLP2 levels in CC2LP1. Wasn't walls of CCLP3 one of the earliest ones done? It was done after, I think Jeffrey's walls of CCLP4 came first, and then I did walls of CCLP3 after, and then JB did walls of CCLP1 after. And then me and him and VT did walls of CC1. Disrupt the gliders you know you want to. At this stage, I'm not doing that. Okay, I think they're all covered. Thank God. Okay, that's finally done. Add it to the list. And call it done. Swivel Tombs and Love and Theft. Okay, Love and Theft was a little different than whatever. I think it was Frozen Floors it's based off of. And Swivel Tombs, wasn't that like Well of Wishes or something? It felt a little similar to Wells of Wishes. Or Well of Wishes. Okay, Rogueport. So this is a level in Walls of CC1 that was originally called A World of Thieves, but I updated the aesthetics a bit and renamed it to Rogueport from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door because that game is freaking sweet. And it's a non-linear level centered around thieves. Who would have thought? Okay, I think you have to do that. This Sokoban is adapted, by the way. Okay, I think you have to do that. Gotta admit, I played Thousand Year Door and got, I think, halfway through before just getting tired of it. Oh yeah, I do have the flippers. You start with them, duh. I think you're thinking of Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is the slog. Chapter 4 is fairly quick. I think to kind of make up for how long Chapter 3 is. Because Chapter 3, you have to do like 20 fights or something just to reach the pseudo chapter boss. And you have to do some puzzle stuff to actually fight the actual boss. Okay. Oh yeah, I like chapter. I'm not saying I didn't like Chapter 3. I'm just saying it was that's the long one. Okay, this room was fun to build. Yeah, well, that's half the chips done just down here. If you venture into the back alleys, be ready to deal with some nasty sorts. That is a quote from the game, by the way. I think it's one of Goombella's tattles within Rogueport itself. Okay, you gotta keep the suction boots. There we go. Don't want to die when you can step on the keys. Okay. This one's a just get the blocks out of the way puzzle. Okay, how do I get in here? Oh, did I block my only path in here? I think I did. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I blocked myself out. That's stupid. I owe a death count from last time. Okay, let's just go do that room first. What template is this? Fire trap. Is the stupid Cook's thread even alive? I haven't actually used the forums in years. Nope, it is not. I think ever since Discord became the norm, the forum has just kind of been more of an archive than anything else. Oh, yes, I do have to add another one. Thank you. I'll do that when I get this key. Or the chip, I guess. Death count, 273. Okay. I don't need the suction boots anymore. Alright, new section. Let's do this one next. Alright, this is the only section I haven't done yet, and the other two I can just do after this. So this is a Hail to the Thief room. And there is a pretty devious trick to it that I had to implement. So the goal is to press that toggle button, and you have to have a fire boot to get both the chips. So I think you want to start with the suction boots and the skates. And I think you have just enough. You actually have an extra pop-up wall, which I think it just comes from the room size. Okay, so that's on fire. So I need fire boots. I need fire boots, flippers, suction boots, and that's it. Just those three. Okay, and then now I need skates and flippers. Now I need skates and suction boots again. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of this little puzzle. I think the only thing I wish I can do was enforce all the pop-up walls to be used, but there's always going to be one extra. But I guess the leniency is probably appreciated by someone, right? Alright, here I think you need all four of them. Okay, now I need flippers and fire boots. Press that. And get the last pair of fire boots. And yeah, you're always going to end up with an extra pop-up wall. Alright. So, do I want to do the Sokoban, or do I want to do the... I want to do the Sokoban, because I could mess it up. Why did I do... I gave all that up just to do that. Now that's a stupid death thread thing. I'm very tired. I think that's why I did that. I'm very tired. No shame in going to bed. Yeah, well, I'll be straightforward. I would not go to sleep if I Oh my god, really? I made it that rigid where you... Dude, come on. Now I'm just getting frustrated. That happened twice already. Alright, fine. I will do the Sokoman first, and then I will block it all in. I sincerely don't remember making it like that, but I guess I did. Oh well. Oh yeah, look at that. I wasn't even done. Okay, 6 chips. Now I will do the Sokoban without being dumb and just throwing my flippers away immediately. I seriously question why I did that. But it's in the past. That, and that. Okay. New personal best. Okay. So it's just this, and okay. Alright, and I think that's it. Rogueport is finally done. Wow. How many ways can you screw that level? I think it's an okay level though. I think this is just how I generally feel about non-linear levels. It's like if you have to do all the parts anyway, like, you know, it doesn't really make it any better than if it was like a linear level. But I guess if it was a linear level, you're forced to do certain stuff first. At least with non-linear stuff, you can just do it however you want. Alright, ping pong in the outback. This is at least a little bit easier of a level. Pink balls on gravel are facing up. Ones on fire are facing left. Ones on dirt, try your luck. So this is probably the stupidest Walls of CCLP 3 level ever, because it uses that little amount of walls from Marooned. There's nothing else to this level. You might as well not have even been a Walls of level. Okay, they're facing left. Facing up. I am not going to try the ones on dirt. I think the concept of pink balls on top of tiles and having to determine what direction they're moving in to know what's the safe spot, I think that's a pretty cool concept. I know JB has used it quite a number of times in several different levels of his own. But that is all there is to it. Easy peasy. I'm a big fan of non-linear levels that make you do like 4 of 6 sections and stuff like that. Yeah, I think if, well, some players are different. Some players like it when you have to do everything. Like you don't leave anything extra in the level, and other players do like it. It's just trying to find that balance. That's a failure. Right out the gate. Alright, see you later. Thanks for coming by. Anyway. The block in this room has more than one purpose. Gotta use it for that, and then you can use it to proceed. Yeah, the important thing to know with level design is you just have to accept that somewhere someone out there, no matter how you design it, someone out there is going to find something wrong with it. And you just have to accept that you're not trying to make other people happy with what you put out there. You're just trying to make what you want to make. And I think that's that's something I had to learn the really hard way. I think that's why I did walls of CCLP3s, because I didn't really care what people thought of it, of that decision. I wanted to do it, and I did it. There's nothing wrong with Turbo Worm. No, there is nothing wrong with Turbo Worm. That is going to be CC2LP2 level... Did the time limit change? I didn't look at it thoroughly. Did the time limit change, or is it still 80 seconds? Alright, Jad Canyon is done. That was a Josh L 6 level, I believe. One of many. Still 80, but maybe slightly harder to navigate. Yeah, I'll have to play it. Play the new one. Microwaved. You need all the keys. Well, this is going to be exciting. I still need to work on my CC2 levels. The one I have in progress right now is a yellow. It has yellow teleports and yellow tanks in it. But that's not the focus of it. It's themed around yellow. Like pretty much every yellow tile there is in CC2. Like the custom floor, yellow keys, doors, the railroad sign. That should tell you train tracks will be in it somewhere. I know that will make Tyler very happy to hear. I came from that way.
Bummer.
No, why? There was no reason for that.
Bummer.
Yeah, this is where I died. I'm staying right here. Okay. I think that's all the keys. I hope so. Yes, it was. Cool. Alright, that's finally completed. That was a rejects level, if I had to explain that. Hey Martin, welcome. Teeth Resort. It's a pretty mindless level. No, I'm only going to 150 tonight. See, at least I can just chill here and kind of, relax and just chill while I'm waiting for this teeth to come. It's kind of the joy of playing this set is you can have a really tough level or a series of tough levels and you'll get a nice mindless one to just get through. Hopefully the next couple levels are easy. I don't know if you read my comment on part 12, I guess perhaps you could rename those. Okay, so I just have to do it again. Yeah, why did I call this Teeth Resort? It's just guiding teeth around. I think maybe I visualize this being like a building or something, but who knows? Who knows what was going in my head in Joshua.1 days? Alright, that's done. Joshua.1 goes up to 15. When you posted part 12, I was hoping you'd play from level 130. Level 130. Level 130 is what I ended on last time. Oh, were you hoping part 12 was going to be all 30 levels? No, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. 131. I meant the live stream was a special, and part 12 was going to be... Oh, no, no. I'm not doing it like that. They're all... It's all connected. The streams... Honestly, the streaming part isn't like a separate thing. It's all part of the same series. It's just... If I feel like streaming it, I'll do it. If I don't feel like streaming it, I'll just record normally without anyone watching. I'm just giving others the opportunity to, you know, watch me live and maybe have a fun chit chat about something. No, it's all part of the same series. So 130 to 140 will be part 15, and then 141 to 150 will be part 16. It'll all get split into 10 level videos. It's just consistent that way. Exotic Nonsense. That was a pretty boring item swapper, or not even an item swapper, just pattern. So that was Joshie.dat 6, and then another one, Bites the Dust, is another pretty easy level. No, if you miss a stream, it's, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not required to come to these. It's not like anything's really being missed. I mean, the only thing one would really miss is the chat, because I don't have an overlay for the chat to be on the streaming software. I need to figure out how to get that implemented. There's a way to do it for YouTube chats. I just don't know how. Naming it, that's gonna... Another one, Bites the Dust. I actually didn't have that song in my head when I made this level. It just came to my head. And honestly, as I'm playing these live, I'm not like talking about the levels like that much. I'm more talking to chat than anything else. Okay, Beautiful Struggle. I can play this. This is not the last level in this set, unfortunately. But pretty cool, this ended up being 149. Tasty drink. Oh yeah, it's blueberry pomegranate vitamin water. It's my favorite drink. I'm trying to drink less soda. That's a pretty good substitute for it, I think. I did not get that chip. And I did not count that as the Joshie.dat 5 level. Yeah, I have a shipment delivered to me like every other week of this vitamin water. It's the best. I still drink soda. I have a 24 pack of Pepsi in here. But I only have maybe 1 can a day. I used to have like 4. I did it again. Dude, I'm so over it. Well, I can say I was having fun. in chat there, so. And it's early on. You should drink sparkling ice, 0 sugar, and only 5 calories. Yeah, my coworker at work has been, unironically, a big motivator to take better care of my health. And it's kind of the focus I have for this coming year. Only watch the VOD. You can, I'll tell you what, Martin, you can, however you want to watch these videos or streams, I will leave that up to you 100%. Whatever is easier for you. There is gaming going on. What's up, Zane? Playing a beautiful CCLP4 level. Oh yeah, this uses Well of Wishes as like a base. It breaks away from the template pretty heavily. But I did use it as a starting point when I did start making this one. Behold, the most amazing path in a blue wall maze. Okay, don't go down there. Where do we go with this? Oh, this way. I would like to stream more consistently on Tuesdays, though. I think Tuesdays is probably the best day for me personally to do these kinds of things, because nothing else really goes on those nights. Okay. It's Taco Tuesday. I had tacos for this morning. I have a customer at work that brings me tacos almost every Tuesday. And they're bomb as hell. Alright. Press this guy twice to read the best hint ever. A beautiful struggle indeed. I would say that sums up this whole streaming experience. It's been a very beautiful struggle. Between all the stupid deaths, and I think the funniest one was just stepping on the thief immediately in that rogue port level after getting the flippers in that Sokoban section. That was pretty iconic. Oh boy. Well, here we are, everybody. Everyone's favorite level, Blue Forest Fire. What a level to end on. Beyond the recessed walls, you will always find a way out. There are no fire boots. Okay, I'm gonna make it a goal to not die at all in this. Oh yeah, I gotta add beautiful struggle to the count. I shall do that after solving this one. Yeah, this level is lit. Oh, there's the exit. So for those watching at home, this level kind of, I don't think it became a meme, but it definitely gets ragged on quite a bit for combining blue walls with deadly obstacles in very close proximity, which is a fair argument against it. I think I did go a little overkill with the fire, but I will be straight up with you all. I have never felt a desire to change anything about this level to make it more appealing or make it more reasonable or whatever. I could delete some fire, I suppose, but I like the level the way it is. I think even after all these years, I think this is one of my strongest maze levels I've made. And that's about it. The haters must be stopped. I think this part has like a overlap, it has like a double pop-up wall thing. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I can do there. I think as long as you take your time with it, you'll be fine. It's not like the time limit is strict or nothing. And hell, I think the time limit would be the only thing I would change about it. if I had to change something about it. Okay, I think that's all I can do. So we can go this way. Okay, that's the path to the exit. Okay, this part's a little confusing because there's 3 pop-up walls. I guess you can go out of either one? Yeah, you can go out of either one. Okay, I guess I would change that. I would just remove that confusion because I can see that being a little weird. This level, but invisible walls? Yeah, I'm not that mean. Imagine this level, but with like 300-second time limit. Okay, that is all the chips. So I just need to weave my way through this. And we're done. And a bug roaming around, yeah. That's Blue Forest Fire. Didn't die at all on it. I took my time. Even taking my time, I still had plenty of time left over. And that's with oofing pretty much every wall except the outsides and a couple of spots. But I think it's a great level still. I mean, I won't submit it for CCLPs just because I know people are going to just give it a 1 and forget about it. But I think it's a good level. Kind of sucks that it gets ragged on a bit, but I get it. It's not that big of a deal. Make a random forest floor zone. Okay, we gotta add some stuff. Josh L5 for Beautiful Struggle, and Josh L4 for Blue Forest Fire. Guys, I think I'm done for the night. I'm pretty tired. And I got through that Blue Forest Fire without dying while being tired. That's pretty poggers.